Hi everybody, Supercars in Seconds here. We're going to have a mess around today with a 720S and show you all the secret stuff that's hidden away in McLarens that you may not know about. There's lots of cool things, ways to open the car, secret closes and keyless remotes and all sorts of good stuff that you may not know that the cars have. Let's have a look at some stuff, starting off with the key here. We got this lovely key, and this one's actually brand new, so the car is all still covered in tape. They're painted, so they keep them in tape ready until the customer takes delivery, so they're perfect at the day of delivery. Big button in the center is your unlock button. Top one is your lock button. That's pretty simple, pretty standard stuff. The bottom picture is a picture of the car and the trunk. So if the front wheels are bump. If I push and hold it for 3 seconds, it opens up the trunk. It takes 3 seconds of holding it because there's no second latch. As soon as you pushed it, it does open it up. Walking back around the car, if I take the unlock button and hit it quickly twice, bang, bang, as you're walking up to the car, you see the window drop a bit, the door's now open. I can pull it anywhere and the door will go right up. If I lean down in here, there's a little button. I don't know if you can see it there. Oh, you hear the horn go when I touch it. That's the sort of remote locking for the car. It's hidden away, so you can't see it. I'm gonna reach down and touch it again. Then the lights come on the front there, letting me know that the mirrors are about to fold because the car is locked. Very, very cool. I'm gonna climb in one more time and we'll start the car up and have a bit of fun with some of the controls inside. Right, she's all waking up here. See all the displays moving around and so on. Very, very cool. So I'm gonna push the brake, start her up. That's got it there. I'm gonna put my seatbelt on because it'll ask me for that. Let's have a look. Right. That's got it. Perfect. So, on my main display here, up in the center, we've got our Rev Counter around the outside, and of course that's configurable for whatever mode you go into. I'm going to push active. It's already, just put it into comfort and then push active, and it wakes up there for us, which is rather nice. On the left, I've got 3 buttons. I'll push this one here and it'll fold down the display for us for track use. And what's interesting, that's why they do it. Look, I'm looking through the steering wheel. I've got extra visibility now. I can actually see out. Just gives me minimal information for track use, because of course at very high speed on track, especially in this car, you need to be able to just get minimal information. Revs, gear selection and speed is about all you need at that time. If I open it back up, we'll now be in the comfort mode, and I'll come down into the center console. If I wanted to hook up a telephone, I just touch the little logo here. That drops down all of my settings. Second one down on the left, connectivity, is with how you'd hook up a new phone. Of course, device pairing, and then add a new device, and then you'll look for McLaren 100K in your settings. If it's a different McLaren, it'll be McLaren Iris, depending on, you know, whatever car you have. Right, to close that back down, I'm going to go back out here. Also, further down that same menu, I got Bluetooth name. I can change it, so if I'm Matt, I could make it Matt 720 or whatever I wanted to call the searchable device. Okay, that's kind of cool. A nice thing in vehicle settings, further down in the settings, is hot evac. If I take the key and hold the unlock button for 3 seconds in a 720, it will lower the windows about 1.5 inches and blow all the hot air out of the car with maximum air conditioning. It's really nice, and when you walk up to the car, everything's on and it's cooling down very quickly for you. That's a nice thing to have, especially for Florida. Driver displayment mode, I'm going to touch that. I can change how I make this big display move. It's currently set, of course, folded in track mode only. So if I turn the bottom dial over here to track, you'll see the display will fold away for us. It's kind of cool. I can interrupt it with that button over there, bring it back up, but of course now we're in track, so it's a different looking display. Very cool, because I have tire pressure and tire temperature shown on each corner. Just nice information. Across the top there, I've got shift lights, there they are, and for the manual mode only. When I push it into manual, it's now neutral manual, and control that down by here. Very good. Going back out, I've got my lighting set. This is a performance spec, so I've got the leather and Alcantara mix, so I know it's a performance spec. If I touch lighting, in a luxury or performance 720, I get the option of ambient lighting. I'll touch that, and now you can see all the colors that I can select, and they illuminate in here and all the way down that long panel there, which is, you can kind of see a bit of the blue at the back there because it's set on blue. If I look down at my shoes, you'll really see it there. I'll touch it to red and you'll see my shoes change. There they go. That's where you can really see it in the car. Nice at night time because it gives you a lovely glow inside the car in the color that you've chosen. That's rather nice. Okay, let's go back out. We've got regional settings, because of course it's a worldwide car. So for example, fuel consumption units, I'll put it to MPG US, because that's where we are, of course. But you can have litres per 100 kilometers, MPG UK, and so on, the imperial gallon used there, and so on and so on. So really, you can really get the car specific to your area of the world, and just have a car's very much set up for you. I'm going to push this firmly, the home button, and if you look at it, it's not your home, it's the car's home, where the car was made. This is a plan view of the McLaren factory, technical centre in England. So the top half's the building, the bottom half's the lake, and that's rather cool. So I'm going to push the home button quite firmly, and it will go to our scrolling list of icons on the carousel. Whatever I'm in this mode, let's go to phone, let's say. I can either touch it and it'll blow up to full screen, or I can send it over to the left side of the display. What I mean by that, if I push and hold this, it'll go orange, and a second later a little image of this folding display will appear on the screen, and it'll say take the selected item across to the left side. So I'll do that for you right now. If I push and touch it, it goes orange, release, there's the image, and now phone is over here. That's just really cool. It can do it with radio stations and several other things in the car as well. So that's a fun one that's hidden away in the car. Variable drift control. To access that, I have to be in sport and sport, active on sport and sport or higher. One can be in track, but neither one can be in comfort or it won't work. If I push stability control one time, nothing happens here, but up in the main display it did. It now says ESC-DYN, as in dynamic, which allows us to activate the variable drift. I can have it shrunk down, but it's kind of fun to blow it up. So I can use the little corner or touch the screen. It blows it up to full screen for me, and I can activate. And there he is. More for track use, frankly, because what it gives you is full throttle whenever you want it. So again, on any McLaren slider, I can drag it backwards and forwards. I can use the plus and minus, or I can touch at any point on the chart and it'll go immediately there. I like it about there, about 4 little pips there. It's about 12 degrees, 3 degrees per pip approximately. So that's about that much, not that much. So when it's out here, that's when you can get in trouble. It really is a handful. But this is nice. It just gives you a little bit of movement under full throttle out of a corner, letting you know that you're alive, but it's not dangerous. Now, you'll notice that the track section, sport's illuminated, track's in the dark because I'm in sport. I'll turn the handling to track and it will slide down to the other one. There you go. What's nice about that, if you're warming up on a track session, you can just be in the sport with a little bit loose. Then once you're loose, you turn it to track and you can be a bit further out and really have some fun in the car. Further down, I've got my transmission here, of course, but I've also got controls for the convertible top. This left one controls the little window behind my head. I can open and close that separately, which is rather nice with it down. I definitely get to hear the car a lot more and so on, and I can control it separately. It is part of the adjustment of the convertible top. Just by pushing this down and holding it, it will lower the convertible top. It does take 11 seconds to drop, but you can control it below 30 miles per hour. You can put the top up and down. This particular car is equipped with the electrochromic roof. You can see that blue tint there. If I touch this little button up on the roof panel, it goes completely clear, which is rather fun. And then a very dark tint as soon as you touch the button again. It's an expensive option, but really a nice thing to have. And let's open up the display and see what else we've got here for you. There you go. So that now, you see, once you got your rev counter across the top, you don't need a heads-up display in a McLaren. If you think about where my hands are and where the windshield is, it's almost in my peripheral vision anyway. So it's rather nice to have all the information so readily accessible. A lot of fun there. I'm going to push the home screen back out one more time. And again, I do have a scroll here. Here's my satellite radio picture. So again, I'll touch the screen to blow it up to full screen. And if I wanted to go to FM, it's showing me my radio ID. Actually, that's located on at channel 0. To enter a new channel, I use the 9 little dots here. Touch those. I'll enter channel 1 and then hit OK in the bottom right corner, and it will take me to the phone number to call. Oh, because we're underneath the building, it's not showing me that, the number to phone. Okay, Sirius XM, if I touch to the little grey triangle, lots of the screens have the little grey triangle, I'll touch that. There we go, hang on, there we are. And it will give me now the different source selection. It'll go back to FM. Here he comes, and then I can adjust everything, volume control, etc. down here, and so on and so on. So really a nice system. There's lots of cool things down in the door. Again, I've got a little cubby area hidden down here. I'll show you perhaps on my side. If I pull that down, I got a storage area in the door that you just don't see. When I close it, you don't even notice that it's there. Really a nice feature of the car. I'm gonna shut the car off and show you one last thing with the convertible top. Because the car is controlled heavily by the key, I'm gonna lock the vehicle here. You see the lights come on front and rear, then the mirrors will fold a few seconds later. Now, if I hold the unlock button on the key, just push it down and hold it, you'll see the windows start to drop and it will put the convertible top down. The vehicle is obviously off, but the convertible top there is moving. It takes 11 seconds up or down, and they really have done a nice job with that. I can do the opposite, of course, just by pushing and holding the lock button. So if you've got out of the car somewhere and you actually accidentally forgot to put the top up, you don't need to get back in and start it back up. You can just use this little button, the lock button. And I do have to hold it for the entire operation just so you're consciously moving it. Well, I hope that was fun. There's lots of cool stuff in a McLaren, as you can see. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. I hope you're enjoying the content. I'm going to try and put something out every single day. Thank you.